So in this video, I used Lukas, who is becoming really popular as a jungle role. He farms quickly, and even in the early game, his damage is already strong. The emblem I used for him is the Assassin Emblem with Killing Spree. The Assassin Emblem suits him better than the Fighter Emblem when playing as a jungler because he needs more damage, and the spell vamp from the Fighter Emblem is almost useless for him. Killing Spree also works well for him, because he sometimes lacks damage and struggles to chase enemies, even when they're close to dying. Killing Spree activates when the enemy's HP drops below 30%, granting extra movement speed, which allows Lukas to chase enemies effortlessly. His skills provide only a small amount of spell vamp, and his first skill already has an HP-based heal, so it's better to focus on damage instead of spell vamp. Killing Spree also works well for him because he sometimes struggles to chase enemies, even when they're close to dying. Killing Spree activates when the enemy's HP drops below 30%, granting extra movement speed, which allows Lukas to chase enemies effortlessly. And because of Killing Spree, he can easily fight multiple enemies as long as he's not behind in items and levels. His first skill already provides HP-based regen, and when an enemy gets low, Killing Spree's heal also triggers. This gives him enough sustain and damage to handle multiple opponents effectively. But if you don't like Killing Spree, the emblem I often see players using is Impure Rage. It's also a good choice because it works against jungle creeps and helps burst down enemies quickly, especially those with high HP. However, if you're up against squishy enemies, Killing Spree is the better option. I promise you won't regret it. Just like in this game, the enemies were really squishy, making them easy to kill and constantly triggering my Killing Spree. Since its cooldown resets every time you get a kill, it becomes even more effective. That's why it's also important to build Sky Piercer on him. It increases your chances of securing kills instead of your teammates taking them. And if you're playing with a duo, pairing him with Angela is a great idea. It feels like you're in cheat mode when she's supporting you. In this game, the enemy jungler couldn't do much, so he just resorted to split pushing. He knew he couldn't contest me because Lukas deals insane damage while also being somewhat tanky. Plus, he has a lot of CC immunity, making him a perfect hero for ranking up. And if you're a fan of the anime Naruto, you should start mastering this hero now because the Naruto and Mobile Legends collaboration is coming soon. The skin looks amazing since Naruto himself will be Lukas's skin. It's crazy how the top 3 latest heroes are already getting anime skins, while Phoveus still doesn't have anything aside from his basic skin. How do you guys feel about that? I don't even use Phoveus, but I can't help but feel bad for Phoveus mains out there. So here, after killing the Lord, my teammates immediately ended the game. I wasn't satisfied with that game, so I played another one. I used the same emblem again. My jungling pattern depends on which lane I want to help, so in this game, it was fortunate to visit the gold lane first since the enemies were playing too aggressively. That's why we were able to take down their marksman here. And if you can invade the enemy jungle camp, don't hesitate to do it, especially if you have enough energy for your ultimate. Lukas is strong in the early game, and he can handle even 2 enemies. You're lucky if your random teammates assist you. Invading is crucial now, even if it's just the green creeps. It creates a huge gap for the enemy jungler. In this situation, even though I had very little HP left, the tables turned and Suyu ended up dying. What I did was pretty risky, but the reward was worth it, and I was somewhat lucky there. I build Sky Piercer after Fury Hammer on Lukas for enough damage and physical penetration, making it easier to lower the enemy's HP and trigger Sky Piercer. And when you're jungling, you should focus on farming and clearing your jungle creeps first before helping your teammates. This way, you'll be at a higher level and have some items built. Some players tend to rush for the purple and orange buffs and immediately want to fight, taking for granted the XP and gold that the green jungle creeps provide. And as I said earlier, if you can invade, go ahead and do it, especially when you're using Lukas and playing solo. Your enemies won't have communication, and you can easily take on anyone in that situation. And of course, don't forget to push turrets because that's the most important things to do to win. You won't win if no one is pushing turrets on your team. Lukas is really ideal if you can maximize his CC immunity. Both his ultimate and the full stacks of his first skill give him CC immunity, allowing him to stay effective even in the middle of crowd control. Here I was so snowballed that even though there were 3 enemies and I was all alone, they were the ones backing off and getting scared. In my games, I'm usually the one doing the turtle by myself, because while I'm focused on the turtle, my teammates seem unaware of the map, especially Layla, who even managed to steal a buff. Thankfully, even though Florin was far away, she was still able to help me. With just one click of her ultimate, she could assist me effortlessly. When you're playing a support hero, it really shows how easy your life can be when you have a good teammate, and how hard it gets when you have a dark system teammate. Because it's really tough when your teammates aren't playing well. It's impossible to carry the team by yourself. Even though they can heal, they can't cure the stupidity of their teammates. While I was building my items, Aldous managed to kill Layla again. She even said she was getting hit too hard. The thing is, she could have built Wind of Nature if she knew how. Aldous wouldn't be able to easily kill her if she played it right. Aldous is really out of meta now. Does anyone still use him? Anyway, after I killed Aldous, the game didn't last much longer and we ended up finishing it. I almost ended up with a death, but thankfully I managed to survive. I almost ruined my perfect KDA.
Victory!
So this is my 3rd and last game in this video, and it's important because just one more win and I'll be reaching Mythic. I wasn't really focused at the start because I had just woken up. I've been busy for the past 3 days, and I needed to post a video today, so I jumped into a game right after waking up. I ended up farming but forgot to buy jungle boots, so it took a while to clear the jungle creeps. The good thing is, the enemy team seemed like they were in the same situation, probably just waking up too. Mobile Legends really is our breakfast. Some players, when that happens and they realize they forgot an item, end up selling what they bought, which isn't a good idea because you'll lose so much value. You can only sell it for about 60% of the original price since it's considered second-hand. It's better to just wait until you farm enough gold and buy the boots. To those who always watch me, you know I post games where I lose too, especially when it's at a point like this where I'm just one game away from reaching a higher rank. So here, Yin trapped Valentina in his domain, and I thought he could easily kill Valentina. But then, he suddenly requested backup. You trapped the enemy in your domain, and then you're the one asking for help? By the way, there's a Valentina on the enemy team, which is really strong against Lukas because she can almost use Lukas's ultimate indefinitely. Moonton should really do something about that because it feels unfair. So, if you're up against Lukas, don't hesitate to pick Valentina. You won't regret it as long as you know how to use both Valentina and Lukas at the same time. And if the enemy bans Valentina, you can pretty much be sure they'll pick Lukas. What I did here was just stay away from Valentina during the early game. I didn't show myself too much until I reached the point where I started snowballing. Even if Valentina copied my ultimate, she couldn't really maximize it because I could easily kill her, especially since I already had enough items. Such a shame, I could have gotten a savage there if Yin hadn't stolen that one kill. Oh, don't take it seriously, I'm just kidding. So Zilong was our roamer here, and he was literally a dark system. He wasn't contributing at all and was even stealing buffs. It's really frustrating to deal with players like this. No wonder they're stuck in epic rank. I could have had another maniac if it weren't for that one kill being stolen, but it's alright, just wait for my savage later. Lukas's ultimate hits so hard now. I didn't expect to one-hit enemies with more than half of their HP still intact. The base damage and physical attack scaling are much higher now. That's why the damage-focused Lukas build is really becoming more popular than the sustain build these days. Here, Yin even bragged and used me as part of his trash talk against the enemies. So there it is, I got my Savage, and the Killing Spree emblem was really useful in that part. It's my first Savage this season, and probably the last one too, since I'm already mythic, and it's much harder to get a Savage at this rank.